what I'm saying?
yeah. And it was you and like some of your homies that were responsible for like, creating opportunities for like people to be seen, people to come through, like be at the function, have
Right.
fun. Like how did that come together?
Man, honestly, dude, it was rapping in the dorms. Like I was a producer making beats, and
Yeah.
like the homies would just come through and like we would just rap. And that's honestly how we met and like linked
Sure.
up. Speaking about Zill and
Yeah.
like the homie Damo, the
Yeah.
other Damo, Don Bush, like
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying, they would come through, or not necessarily Don Bush on the rap stuff, but like he would be around, like he was
For
homies,
sure.
like you know what I'm saying. So
Yeah,
in terms of like the party stuff specifically, like that was
Yeah.
definitely Zill and like Damo's thing. Like, you know
Word.
what I'm saying? Because Zill was DJing in Hollywood and clubs in LA.
Yeah.
And he honestly brought that energy, you know what I'm
Into-
saying,
into
with him.
Tempe,
He
yeah,
was looking to
sure.
DJ and ready to do it. Damo, again,
Yeah.
from the city, like, you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying, real familiar with like the turn up life and really good with the graphics and the flyers. Like Damo was killing the flyers. So it honestly became like a little unit, you know what I'm saying, with other folks like, you know,
Yeah.
tapped into that. So we would just connect on that level. And so when it came to the I Am Root events, like we would try to bring a little bit of that club top 40 vibe, you know what I'm saying, to our poetry events, though we were like dressed up nicely. So it was like a good fusion of just like
Yeah.
like great night out. You know what I'm saying? Like you could go turn up, and there'll
Yeah.
be clubs in Scottsdale or like house parties at Gateway. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? It's
for
like
sure.
it's definitely
Hey,
a
shout out to
spectrum of
Gateway,
like options for
Yeah.
people to go to. Or you can come through and hit the poetry event and one
Yeah.
of those two dudes is DJing. So you're still getting that turned up side of things, but then
Sure.
you're feeling enlightened at the end of the night because like you know you're doing your poetry thing and there's people
Yeah.
in there, it's community, it's environment, and it's honestly a place where a lot of folks got to be able to like figure out what they wanted to do. Like even myself, like just working with the parties and stuff, like
Yeah.
picking up the camera, taking pictures at the party every now and then, because
Yeah.
like I don't be dancing and turning up too much, so
Yeah.
you got to figure out like what's your role in that kind of dynamic. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
sure.
So that's you know, it taught me some stuff too, just in terms of like collaborating with other people and finding your role and shit.
Because obviously I Am Root is a brand, and that's the vision, man. So like, how has that evolved like over time? Because you talk about the poetry events. You talk like obviously you got RootCon coming up, all these different things. And so I'm curious about like, you spent so much time like building your brand, building I Am Root, and you're at a point now where maybe you want to make a pivot or like, the brand is kind of like self-sustainable in and of itself. And so you can now just kind of like branch off of that because you built the root, right? So
Yeah.
I'm curious about like what that progression looks like, bro, and like what's next for you. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, honestly, man, like I'm trying to get to that point officially. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I feel like I'm close, but I feel like in the process of like building this whole thing, I did like lose who I am as Dom, like my
I feel that.
Dom Root, like the person that I believe I am as a creative or as an individual, because it was
Word.
like the things that I make. If I made a beat, it was going to an I Am Root video or some kind of promo. It was like everything that I
Yeah.
created out of my brain became this thing to like promote and like lift I Am Root. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? But I just can't. I ran into a dilemma where it was like, people will see me in the street and they're like, yo, I Am Root. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? But I wanted that to be an idea I created, not like me. You know what I'm saying? My name is Dominique. You know what I'm saying? At the
Yeah,
end of
sure.
the day. But I Am Root is something that I created. So in terms of like that transition and that pivot, honestly, it's just been like carving out that lane for myself to be
Mhm.
able to create other endeavors, you know what I'm saying? That's
Yeah.
independent of I Am Root, so that it doesn't get confused or misconstrued, or the vibe of this thing doesn't have to have the I Am Root feel for it to be
Sure.
authentic to who I am, as a person.
Definitely. feel
So like
that.
we still want to do the shows and the events, but like who I am as a person, like I grew up kind of wanting to be enlightened and wanting to be around things that were like thought provoking.
Yeah.
So when we talk about the brand and the events, like I want to step into that knowledge sharing space where I tap in with folks like yourself and
Yeah.
folks like Travis and other folks in the community who will honestly have experiences that could be like beneficial to other people, like coming up,
For sure.
learning the thing. Because like what we see today is I like to use the gaming community as an example. Somebody playing Call of Duty, they stream themselves for 8 hours a day playing Call of Duty.
Yeah.
Call of Duty releases a new gun, you know what I'm saying? Then they make a YouTube content spinning off of that, telling
Yeah.
people, oh, this gun does this, and watch me play for the next 10 minutes, doing that.
Yeah,
And you can
for sure.
spin off more content and more content.
For sure.
So why not take that approach to, when it comes to career building, entrepreneurship, your finances, you know what I'm saying? It's a lot of different things where we could, watch something play out in real life, spin off content about that, and then share that information in the community. So
Yeah, that's
that's
real.
all it is. Like really just trying to provide the most value with this platform as possible. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
that's real.